Welcome to Click and Reset, a place to explore, find new ideas, and open your mind. We are happy to have you here. Today, we dive deep into the profound world of psychological patterns, learning what they are and exploring the science behind breaking old habits and creating new ones. Habits refer to patterns of behavior that occur automatically or have become nearly instinctive. They are practices repeated so consistently that altering them can be challenging. They are born from our natural inclination to seek pleasure, driven by the brain's pursuit of dopamine, the reward chemical. When the brain identifies a pattern, connecting an action to satisfaction, it stores this information in the basal ganglia, a region responsible for emotions and memories. Unlike conscious decisions made in the prefrontal cortex, habits arise from a brain area beyond conscious control, making them challenging to break. Imagine your brain as a complex orchestra, with the basal ganglia as the conductor, orchestrating your habits. To break free from old habits, we must understand the conductor's cues and change the tune. In early human history, our unconscious decision-taking mechanism was advantageous, aiding survival by driving us to seek essentials and avoid discomfort. However, in the modern world, the constant pursuit of immediate pleasure can lead us into excess. It's important to recognize that momentary pleasure doesn't necessarily align with long-term well-being. Just as discomfort doesn't always indicate danger, and that's why we deal with inconvenient or unnecessary habits. So, how can I rewire or reprogram my brain to cut off harmful habits? Before we embark on this revealing exploration, here are some concepts to understand. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change throughout your life. Let's consider an example of neuroplasticity. You've experienced a stroke that resulted in damage to a specific area of your brain responsible for speech and language. Following the stroke, you find it challenging to speak and understand language. Through rehabilitation efforts, which often involve speech therapy exercises, your brain can exhibit neuroplasticity by rewiring and reorganizing its neural connections. Over time, with consistent practice and effort, other areas of your brain can compensate for the damaged region, assuming some of its functions. As a result of this neuroplasticity, you may gradually regain your ability to communicate effectively. New neural pathways are formed, allowing for improved speech production and comprehension, despite the initial impairment caused by the stroke. In this example, neuroplasticity is playing a main role as you go through a rehabilitation process, and your brain adapts to compensate for the damaged area. This process illustrates how the brain's ability to change throughout life can facilitate recovery and rehabilitation following injury or trauma. Experience-dependent neuroplasticity, the passive process of reinforcing habits by doing them unconsciously over and over again, whether they're good or bad. A good example could be when you develop the habit of checking your smartphone frequently throughout the day, even in situations where it may not be necessary or appropriate, such as during meals or conversations with others. As you repeatedly engage in this behavior, your brain undergoes an experience-dependent neuroplasticity process. With each repetition, neural pathways associated with smartphone checking are reinforced and strengthened. Over time, this habitual behavior becomes increasingly automatic and unconscious. You may find yourself reaching for your smartphone without consciously thinking about it, driven by the reinforced neural connections in your brain. Self-directed neuroplasticity, the active process of consciously reflecting on how habits make us feel. Imagine you've incorporated daily meditation into your self-care routine. Initially, it might have been challenging to find time for it despite your busy schedule. However, as you consciously reflect on how meditation makes you feel, you notice its positive effects on your mental well-being. Through self-directed neuroplasticity, you actively engage in reflecting on the benefits of meditation, taking note of the sense of calmness and clarity you experience after each session, as well as the overall improvement in your mood and stress levels throughout the day. As you continue to consciously reflect on these positive outcomes, your brain undergoes neuroplastic changes. Neural pathways associated with the habit of meditation strengthen, making it easier for you to prioritize and maintain this beneficial habit in the long term. In this last example, self-directed neuroplasticity is demonstrated as you actively engage in reflecting on your habits and intentionally reinforcing positive behaviors. Through conscious awareness and reflection, you shape your brain's neural circuitry to support your well-being and personal growth. If you made it to this point of the video, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude for tuning in. Your time will nourish this channel. I'm very happy to share my first video with you. If you've found value in what you've seen so far, I kindly invite you to join our community by hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel. In that way, you'll stay updated on all our latest content. And if you have time, please don't forget to share the video or leave a comment. Thanks for your support. Now let's ground ourselves in understanding the concept of self-directed neuroplasticity, which basically is when you intentionally rewire your brain to create positive habits. Habits are neurologically encoded patterns in our brains. Understanding these patterns is essential as we seek to reshape our lives. It can take between 18 and 254 days for a person to form a new habit. To get started, you can utilize this structured approach in 5 steps to establish goals that are feasible and sustainable for changing habits. Step 1. Explore. Ensure a clear understanding of why your goal holds significance for you. Step 2. Identify. Recognize and analyze potential obstacles to eliminate them. Establish boundaries to step up your commitment. Step 3. Prescribe. Develop a customized strategy that aligns with your preferences, abilities, and skills. If you dislike running but want to be more active, consider dancing or swimming as alternatives.
Wow.
Step 4. Implement. Prioritize progress over perfection. Avoid an all-or-nothing mindset when forming new habits. Taking small steps and maintaining flexibility is key to success. Embrace the concept of practice with self-compassion, as a gentle reminder that mastery is a journey, not an endpoint. Step 5. Evaluate. Take pauses to reflect on your efforts and outcomes, as this enhances the formation of new links and cognitive connections. By breaking down large goals into manageable tasks and celebrating small victories, we strengthen a sense of accomplishment that reinforces positive behavior. Finding new activities involving creativity could help to replace old and unnecessary habits, as well as surrounding yourself with positive influences rather than negative ones, can significantly impact your ability to change undesired behaviors and habits. Positive individuals uplift and inspire you, providing encouragement, support, and constructive feedback along your journey of personal growth. Their optimism and resilience can motivate you to stay committed to your goals, even when faced with challenges or setbacks. In contrast, negative influences may discourage or derail your efforts, perpetuating unhealthy patterns and reinforcing self-doubt. By surrounding yourself with positivity, you create an environment conducive to growth and success, increasing your likelihood of achieving lasting change and cultivating a more fulfilling life. As we conclude this enlightening journey into the realms of psychological patterns, I encourage you to reflect on the habits in your life. What are your thoughts on the topics we've discussed? Have you experienced similar challenges or successes in your own journey of personal growth? Maybe you can inspire and support others who may be facing similar situations. The quest for understanding the intricate dance of our minds continues. Until next time, remember that the power to transform your life is just a click away. Stay curious, stay empowered, and keep resetting for a brighter future.
Click and reset.